I got a new deck. It's very shiny. Magic of the Unicorns, Oracle Cards by Diana Cooper. So, with the card in the past position, this is recent past. This is actually saying to me that you, because you have found this message, so I don't say for whoever this is for, this is you. Oh, it's such a, it's not dreamy, it's intense, but it's very mind-based, real knowledge-based. But I can also feel that there is a shadow side to this card, or to the energy of this card, which is a number 33, Cosmic Sapphire. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. I'm feeling and hearing depression, anxiety. So the shadow side of this energy is that you could have been caught up in real overthinking spirals, rabbit holes, negative cycles of thinking and lack of self-worth, almost a sort of wallowing pity, not being able to express your emotions, I'm feeling quite blocked and almost a bit tearful already in here, and really cold, freezing cold. So that's telling me that everything is tight and closed down and really self-absorbed, and that was in the very recent past, and that is an energy that you needed to come out of, you needed to come away from, because the beautiful side of this card is all about wisdom and transformation and, you know, inner knowing. But I'm feeling the real shadow side of this card. And, you know, the horse is dark, it's all in shadow. And today, to me, in this past position, is feeling like a loop that you've been stuck in. Okay? And I don't really want to go any further with this card because it's actually feeling quite uncomfortable in the most beautiful way. That is the energy that this card is bringing. So that is something that's in the past, and well done you for breaking that cycle, breaking the loop, because what is coming in the present position is number 5. It's number 5. It's change, new opportunities. Okay, so can you see the darkness in the past? And then there's almost this sort of interim space. It's only 2 cards, but it sort of looks like 3 phases already. So you've got this shadowy aspect of the Cosmic Sapphire card, a number 33. I don't know the shadow side of Master Numbers. Perhaps you need to go ahead and Google that yourself. But if you look, this is like the past. You were in this cycle of negativity and self-loathing, self-doubts, lack of self-worth, and into this interim space where there's a doorway that you're actually standing in. So a real transition. And of course, it's a number 5, which I know is change. It's the number of change. Okay, what are you doing in the doorway? You're walking through it. You've got 1 foot out. You've got 1 foot already out, look. You are moving forward in the present. You've left that mindset behind and you're moving out, and look, your heart is ignited. Your heart chakra is ignited. You're already, it's only a tiny little tiny weeny spark, but you are already awakening and feeling that glow, tiny little tiny weeny sense of, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do this. Oh, shivers. Okay. And where you're stepping out is lush green grass. So you're stepping out into this beautiful space, but it's unknown. And look, it looks like there's a cliff into nothingness here, absolute nothingness. So you're feeling in this portion of the card here that this is the transition right here, but you've got this little seed of what's the word? You've got this seed of trust, because you can see all this from this position. You can feel all this energy here, which is the majority of this card. So this is a very small transformation window. The change is happening right now because this is your present. So you're stepping onto that lush green grass, which looks like it just ends right in front of you and falls off a cliff. But if you look, you will be, if you continue forwards, you will be actually stepping onto this rainbow. And we all know what's at the end of a rainbow. It's a pot of gold, signifying abundance. If you keep moving forwards and you jump onto this rainbow and don't look down, don't look back to the past, don't look back to this dark, shadowy side of you, this shadow aspect of self, this we've been there, we don't want to do that, I don't want to even talk about that one again. We are out of it. We are standing in that doorway, looking forward with forward motion, 1 foot on that lush grass, ready to start the journey with this energy, this Christ light, this very high frequency unicorn being energy, which is saying, come on, this way, the rainbow's over here. I can't wait to see what the future is. Let me just read this card to you. New opportunities. Number 5, new opportunities. Declutter your life and glimpse a magical doorway. Absolutely. Well, you're doing more than glimpsing the doorway. You are stepping through it. You are actually, I get the feeling that you're not even thinking about your self-worth anymore. You're just, right, well, I can't afford to think about how rubbish I feel and how little I think of myself. I'm just going the only way I can, the only way I know how, which is forwards, because I know I don't want to go that way. That is the feeling I'm getting, and it's quite emotional because this feels to me like a space that you haven't been in before. And the energy is moving up. Look at the angle of this light being. It's looking back at you in a beckoning way to say, you can do this. You've got this. The past is gone. You are no longer that person. You have transitioned out of that phase. You've done it so quickly that you don't actually even believe it yourself, but you're not thinking about it. You're just forward motion, which is fantastic news. So declutter your life and glimpse a magical doorway. I'm actually drawn to read to you about this card. So number 5, let's have a look and see what extras we can get from the number 5. Declutter your life, glimpse a magical doorway. When you declutter your cupboards, you create space for the new to come in. Absolutely you do, whether that's metaphorical or physical. You know, when you actively do something, I've done a reading about this week. You know, you need, I think it was fish. You need to actually make the change yourself by doing stuff, and whether that was cleaning or, you know, having a good cry. It was that transitional energy. So the absolute period here, or just before here, where you've come away from that other car that we won't talk about into this doorway. Your guidance is to tidy up your life now. This doesn't just refer to physical stuff. A clear out also releases unhelpful thought patterns and emotional attachments, and it re-energizes you in the same way that pruning a rose bush encourages the plant to grow bigger and bloom more prolifically than before. Absolutely. And you need to do that. If you don't prune the rose, you will get fewer and fewer blooms until all you've got is a little bit of a dead shrub with no new growth and no change. So this number 5 is absolutely necessary, but you're so on it because this is the central card, this is the present, and this is where you are now, okay? Are your job, home, relationships and friendships, hobbies and beliefs serving your spiritual path? Do they fulfill and satisfy you? Do they support you and bring you love and joy? Look carefully and honestly at every area of your life. If you are hanging on to the old because it feels safe and familiar, your unicorn is reminding you that when you weed the garden of your life, it will regenerate. So take the decision to reclutter now. You are creating an opportunity to step through a magical doorway into a sunlit future. How beautiful is that? Yeah, absolute shivers with that little bit there. So really drink in the fact that you've done it. You have made that first step, that baby step out of the dark, and you're looking at the light with a forward motion. So let's move on to the future. It looks yellow. Ooh. I mean, bear in mind, I haven't used this deck before. So other than just looking through every single card, I haven't made a study of these cards and I've never used them. So this is wonderful for me. Wow, what joyous energy. Look at that beautiful orange, yellow. I'm hearing the word harvest. Harvest as in what? Harvest festival. Oh my gosh. There's actually little ears of corn here. Look, harvest. This is a real abundance. Right, it's 24. I don't know if 24 means something to you. I'm hearing year, so maybe it's been a year since you made a transition, maybe in a year's time. I don't know. I'm just hearing year and the number 24. But the card is entitled Shower of Blessings. And I can see coins and I can see gold. Gold is an incredibly high frequency colour. But I'm feeling the joy and abundance with this card. And the golden ears of corn here and me hearing the word harvest tells me that it is in your very immediate future that you are going to be in an abundance mindset. So you're actually going to step through that door, follow the unicorn. So how can we put that into normal language? You've decided that you're going to get off your ass. You've decided that the only way is forward. And because you have followed that spiritual soul calling, or the little voice inside you saying, move, you're now flipping your mindset. You're creating the internal environment for your energy to be on receive. You're not blocked anymore. You're receiving. So things are going to start moving. So you're going to start getting opportunities. You're going to start to have things that you could say yes to. You're going to then be in an abundant phase where you can reap the rewards and benefits of the opportunities. You're going to be able to harvest them. You might even be able to store them. You may have so much abundance that you'll be able to have storage. You know, I'm seeing a barn with a pile of stuff in it. And it's not hoarding, it's a storing, it's a piling up of abundance. It's a, there are going to be so many opportunities, and that may be money for you. I don't know. There's coins on here, but I don't like to get into specifics because I think there's enough people out there being very specific with their readings, and I work on energy and resonance. And so if it resonates with you, that it is going to be the frequency that manifests as money, then fantastic. Hey, go you. Lend us $5. But what else am I seeing in this card? I've lost my favourite glasses, which is so annoying. Open yourself to receive. Pay it forward. Okay. There's a white rose in the centre of this card. I don't know if that means something to somebody personally. If that's a particular sign that you've been asking for, then great. What is that? There's something so tiny on here. Do you know what? I think there's 2 ladybirds on here. That's really specific, and I'm really drawn to them. Does ladybirds mean something to somebody out there? I'm actually going to use that as one of my little signs when I post this, because that's a sign for somebody. Yeah, there's presents falling down from the sky, you know, gifts falling down from the sky. Unicorn is above you, you know, confirming that you will be in that abundant state very, very soon. Just by the fact that you have even made the step forward. The universe, I can see them. Yay! They finally got it. They finally did it. And then they're going to go, have some of that. Have some of these opportunities falling from the sky. Have some of these gifts. Have some of these choices that you can now make because you've decided to go forwards. How beautiful. A shower of blessings. And the human in this card is actually stood there going, thank you, hooray. So this is a really, really positive. I can't believe this reading. This is the first time I've done this, and I've got an incredibly clear past, negative, present, change, future, abundance. It couldn't be more perfect for you. You know who you are. You're watching this right now, and you're absolutely hanging on every word if you're still here. Because if you're still here, then this is resonating with you at such a deep level. I can actually feel it. It's like you're with me in the room. It is so deep. I want to read this card though. I need another pair of hands. 24 of the 24. Yeah, keep hearing that. 24, they're beautiful gold. Open yourself to receive and pay it forward. Now, I'm just obviously drawing back to my great big pile of abundance in the barn. And if you've got so much that you can share and you can pay it forward, then do that. You know, there is so much wealth in this country in all the wrong places. And we now in this 5D have the absolute ability to get the money where it's needed. It's just about the choice of doing it, of course. So yeah, that's for somebody specific. This is a card of receiving and then giving. This is craziness. Your unicorn is waiting to pour its divine love and light over you. That light helps you to fulfill your destiny and brings wondrous things into your life. So your guidance is to ask for a unicorn blessing, then open yourself up to receive. And when you do so, magic can happen. Remember to thank unicorn for what you are about to receive, as this brings the new forward in a divinely perfect way. Blessings flow in a never-ending stream if you allow them to, so pass on to others anything that you receive. Absolutely. It may be perfect health, it may be wealth, happiness, or something material. You can forward blessings to someone who is close to you or a stranger. I can't explain to you how clear this reading is for whoever is watching this. Past, you're not there anymore. Present, you're going through that door and you're embracing the change. You're going with unicorn. If you feel any draw to sit and thank this energy, if you want to envisage a unicorn, you can. If you've got a unicorn toy, unicorn socks, unicorn mug, just to use that as a tool to tap into this high, high, high frequency, divine. This is very powerful energy. Then do that. And know that you are not just jumping off that cliff. Yes, there's a very tiny little bit of lush green grass to lure you out of that change that you're going through currently. But trust that you're going to be even on the back of that unicorn, but you're definitely going to be safe on that rainbow. And this is where the good stuff comes in. Now, don't run away with the idea that it's going to be tomorrow, because I see 24. I don't understand enough about numerology to say, well, yes, you should add it up and it's a 6, because for me, I'm hearing year. Now, that doesn't mean that there's a year's worth of drudgery and hard work. I'm not getting that impression with this. I'm getting the impression that now you are in that change period. You have got very little way to go to be in this energy. So the energy could come tomorrow, the energy could come in a week's time, or the energy could be in half an hour. But the true massive blessings and abundance, to the point where you are actually saying, I can't even remember who I was before I had this life. You know, the old you is so itchy nose. The old you is so gone, so in the distance, so in the past, that you don't even recognize who you were, because you're so comfortable, you're so sovereign now in yourself, and all of the abundance in whatever shape or form it takes, even if it's just the mindset for the abundance, that is coming. And within a year, there will be so many blessings that you just won't be able to stop smiling. And so this is for you. And I am so grateful that you stayed till the end with Unicorn today for this of my very, very first past, present and future reading, and I'm so, so honoured to do it for you. And I love you so much, and I wish you all the best. I really, really do. Thank you.